Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul, Sunday, Showtime pay-per-view, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Hard Rock Stadium from Miami. I don't know how much Mayweather's been training for this. He's not really taking Paul seriously. He's only had one boxing match, and he lost it. But Logan Paul believes because he's got the size, he's got the height advantage, obviously, the reach, and the age, that he's going to give Floyd Mayweather a lot more that he's bargained for. 200 pounds is the weight from previous fights. We're going to find out the official weights at the weigh-in this weekend, but nearly 50 pounds he could have on Floyd Mayweather. And at today's media availability on South Beach, Luke Thomas and Brian Campbell sat down with the challenger, Logan Paul.
All right, joining us now is one half of the main event, Logan Paul.
I'm the full main event, bro. People come to see me, not
There
Floyd.
are two fighters in the main event. You are merely one of them. But how are you, Logan?
I guess statistically speaking,
50%.
that makes sense. I'm good. Are y'all hot? We are sweating balls
I think we've reached like the runner's high where it just sucks, but you kind of live with it, you know?
Versace robes at the Versace mansion.
I mean, I've been in your gym. It's no different than that.
I know.
But
Skies out, thighs out, baby.
one thing we just gave you a lot of credit for, Logan Paul, is that you have seemed ready for this stage. Like, odds makers, you know, opening lines or not, that you knew you would be here, whether it was Floyd Mayweather, whether it was any form of entertainment. How much has that full-on confidence that you flashed throughout the build to this changed at all now that we're on site and it's very real? And I know you told me you're not intimidated by Floyd, but the moment sometimes can be threatening just the same.
It's a great question that I often have to ask myself, like, am I affected by this? You look around, you see all these people, the highlights, the pressure. You want to do well, you know, your friends are watching, your family's watching. And I always want to be real with myself. And I ask myself, am I affected by this? But I love this. I love this. This is me in my element. Like, this is what I came out to Hollywood to do when I started making videos. Like, when I started making videos on YouTube, that was the cusp, the precipice for all this. Like, this is it. This is endgame. And so, like, this is what I signed up for. This is what I wanted. This is me in my element. I love this, man. All of it's exciting for me.
Kind of got me fired up.
Yeah, he certainly does. Let me ask you a question I thought kind of interesting. You grew up in Ohio. You wrestled in high school, right? Yeah. So I looked this up. Correct me if I'm wrong. Your senior year, you placed 5th at States?
That's correct.
Did you wrestle anyone who was a super stud that went on to do something crazy? For folks who may not know, Ohio is a powerhouse of wrestling.
I did. I talk about him frequently.
Who?
His name is Dominic Abunator. They call him the Terminator.
And it was a bad scene.
He's a beast, dude. He's a 4-time
The size of Floyd's bodyguard.
state champ. Yeah. Yeah, he wrestles for Israel now, I think.
Oh, Jesus.
Or like a country, an entire country. He's good, man.
Here's what I'm confused about. Dude, if you got the base of wrestling, you could have gone straight to MMA. Like, you'd be doing a killing. I'm not listening to Trey's left the station. You're fighting Floyd Mayweather. Things are going okay.
I think he knows where the money is, Luke.
Yeah, things are going okay. But it is curious that a guy with that kind of background chose the opposite of that combative sport.
You know, I didn't choose boxing. Boxing chose me. Seriously, like, I got challenged to box. I answered that challenge, then kind of fell perfectly into the sport. And truthfully, boxing's a bit easier on the body than MMA.
Is that right?
MMA's hard, dude.
Yeah, it is. There's a lot of injuries.
I got bad knees. I'm old now. Like, boxing, my upper body.
You're 26.
I'm old.
I'm 41 and on the verge of a heart attack.
I'm sweaty and washed sitting next to you. Thanks a lot.
I'm aging. Nah. You know, my upper body's strong. My upper body always has been strong. Like, I got dense bones. I'm in like the top like 0.5 percentile of bone density. And my strength is all here. MMA is tough, man. The lower body. Who knows?
You talk about like being here and loving it and being ready for it. When you visualize what this week was going to look like 6, 8, whatever weeks ago, is it looking like how you would imagine? Is it feeling each day like how you thought fight week would go?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I've said this before. I visualize everything. I see it all before it happens. The only thing that I didn't visualize is how calm, how tranquil, how lonely it is at night. That 2 hours before I go to sleep, where I'm in my hotel room, you know, using my Theragun, putting my ointments on, chilling, when I'm alone. You know, like, this stuff's predictable. I knew this would happen. But, like, when you're alone with your thoughts,
That's when you got to silence
That's the stuff you don't
doubts.
visual. That's when it's like, yo, this is real. This is gonna get serious.
We got to talk about this fight Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, Showtime pay-per-view. It's bragging rights time, but all the jokes and got you had aside, you got to box this man, Floyd Mayweather.
Yes, sir.
How do you make up that experience gap? You're not going to make it up this quick of time, but obviously you've been detailed and oriented for 3 years, and you're dedicated. Do you brawl him? Do you attack him? How do you make up that
my
difference?
heart out. Fight my heart out. Fight my heart out. That's the beautiful thing about this sport. Experience, it's fantastic. In almost any industry, experience is going to trump everything else. But at the end of the day, this is a fight, and anything can happen.
All right, but you know as well as I do, if you land clean on him, you're good for life. You can lose. It's true, dude. You can lose this bout. If you land a solid uppercut on him, dude, they're going to NFT that. They're going to auction it. You can retire a trillionaire off the
Showtime's going to
NFT.
NFT that, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying you have an easy task, but I'm saying, like, there are real winnable scenarios here that have nothing to do with actually knocking him out.
Yeah, no, I know. I know.
Have you thought about that at all?
Yeah, of course. I try not to let it, like, consume me. You know, it's exciting. But, like, we're going in there to do a job, to get the job done. It's business. Another day at the office. Literally, bro. I'm going to walk in the office like this that night, chill. Bell's going to ring. I'm going to go, this is crazy. And then fight my heart out. You know, it's another day.
Have you your thoughts on your brother, Jake Paul, taking on Tyron Woodley?
Love the guy.
I mean, that's you guys are thrill seekers here a little bit. Dangerous territory.
Yo, Tyron is no joke. Tyron is a beast. I told Jake, I'm like, hey, wasn't that guy like the 5-time welterweight champ of the world?
Yes.
He knows. But he's going to beat him. He's going to beat him. Like, there's a little bit of a cheat code when you bring MMA guys into boxing. It is a different sport. It's fighting. Different sport. And give Jake another 3 months to get good. And bro, I'm not kidding. Jake works so hard. He's a clown online, right? He's a troll. He's the problem child. But he works so hard. Even I'm watching him, and I'm like, yo, you crazy, man. Like, he goes hard. Not to be underestimated.
Well, we're not. We're excited to see what happens there. We're excited for Sunday. By the way, how much thought went into, like, the walkout robe, the trunks, the collar patterns, all that? How much?
Because I put a lot of thought into matching this.
We put a lot of thought into Showtime bias things.
You know, you always want to look good. You always want to look good. I'm not wasting too much mental energy on what I'm wearing, but yeah, we got some really good sponsors on my shorts. That's who we spent the most time on, partnering with the right people, the right sponsors on the shorts.
All right, well, good for you. Hope you get paid. That's really what it's all about.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations already, and we'll see what happens on Sunday.
Thank you
for your time.
Thank you.
Logan Paul, everybody. There he
Anything's
is.
possible, Logan Paul.
Skies out, thighs out, right? That's how it goes. I won't be doing that. Okay, but he can. All right, there he goes.
Good stuff. Logan Paul with the guys from the Morning Combat Podcast, Luke Thomas and Brian Campbell. Logan Paul fighting Floyd Mayweather Sunday, 8 Eastern, live, Showtime pay-per-view.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.